There we go, that looks a little bit better, doesn't it? Slightly zoomed out indent, but don't worry, same old great contact here on Trevor Sports. And now let's go join Des Lynam in the studio at Trevor Vision Centre for Match of the Day. Good evening. Authenticity is a big part of this channel, and tonight we have two authentic top-class clashes to bring you. We've got the game that everybody has been waiting for, the Merseyside Derby. When we had this earlier on in the season, it was one of the games of the season. Can lightning strike twice? And following on from lightning striking twice, a surprising result in which Arsenal thrashed Manchester City. Could City return the favour at the Etihad? Plus, we'll have all the other goals from all the other games. Not only will we see who's going into Europe or who could be challenging for the Championship, we'll also see who's going to survive relegation. But it's at the top of the table where we start. Where else do you start Match Today if there's a Merseyside Derby than at the Merseyside Derby? Tonight it was a big game for Jurgen Klopp's side, who've lost a bit of run at the moment in their chase for the Championship. But a win here today would keep them back on track with Manchester United. For Everton, they're the form side in the Premier League. 5 games, 5 wins. So Carlo Ancelotti's side are absolutely flying at the moment. Your commentator for this one is Trevor Motson.
Welcome along everybody to the 236 Merseyside Derby. A tremendous occasion, and what an opportunity now for Everton to avenge a 4-3 defeat against 10-man Liverpool in a game that Jordan Henderson was sent off. He does, however, feature today for Liverpool as the floodlights are switched on here on a misty grey day on Merseyside with Everton, they're in 7th place. And a win today, their first in 22 years, could possibly propel them towards an outside chance maybe of a Champions League spot. So there's plenty up for grabs in this 236th edition of this great derby. They call it the friendly derby in these parts. And Liverpool line up with Mane now, the one change from the game against Leicester. Mane comes in instead of Diego Jota, who drops to the bench. Otherwise the team is the same. Everton are going to play with 3 centre-backs. It's quite a daring formation by Ancelotti. Richarlison, Calvert-Lewin and Rodriguez combined are a very fearsome front three. Well, here we are, the 236th edition. The atmosphere is absolutely electric. If we get anything like we did at Goodison Park, are we in for a treat? The 236th Merseyside Derby is upon us. We kick to Liverpool in the red, Everton of course in the blue. And what a pleasure it is to be here today. As the was nipped in there towards Salah, well, we got that away. Everton, last win they've ever had at Anfield, you have to go back to 1999. Here's Henderson! And a brilliant save indeed by the goalkeeper Jordan Pickford, and Everton get it away. But the first couple of minutes here, Liverpool starting on fire here, and Henderson, who's the man sent off when the teams last met at Goodison Park in that 4-3 match in week 5. Well, it's just forced Jordan Pickford into a very good save here. Alexander-Arnold. And the expectancy rises here. Calvert-Lewin need to win it. All-time record, 66 Everton wins, 76 draws and 93 Liverpool wins. And here's Calvert-Lewin for Everton. What a chance this could be. He's trying to chip Alisson, who makes a great save. And Gomez was playing Calvert-Lewin onside there. He gets away from the two centre-backs. He chips the goalkeeper, who gets a big, in fact, gets two big right hands to turn it away, and both teams have had chances in the front in 9 minutes. The Charleston to Welby. I tell you what, this is going to be a cracking Merseyside derby. The tempo and the pace is a million miles an hour. Here's Allen now for Everton. The Corey, and a good ball towards James Rodriguez. And he's going to cross it. What? Carragher's coming in, and Van Dijk just about did enough. I tell you what a game this is going to be. Here on Merseyside, Liverpool gunning for the title, but Everton not only can do themselves a favour, and as we just break off because Carragher's got a chance, and Everton makes another smart save. Oh, this is unbelievable. And you're going to say, well played, Allen. Won the ball superbly into Calvert-Lewin, and that was a fantastic bit of goalkeeping there. That was amazing goalkeeping there. Meanwhile, a yellow card has been signalled or brandished to Allen, who earlier running the piece made a very, very poor challenge here on Mo Salah, for which Liverpool had an advantage but just couldn't take. But Everton really showing their stuff here in this opening 13 minutes. So Allen in the book, but they have a corner. James Rodriguez here with the corner, and it's a good one. And Welby was climbing. And a cover of Welby now on the volley. What a save that is! And Mane, and more people gets it away, but I tell you what, a Welby hit that through. We'll have to look at a replay in a minute or two, because Everton are breaking again, and it's the aforementioned Welby. Played it in there. Carragher! Side netting. But Everton are taking this away from home across Stanley Park to the home team and the reigning Premier League champions and current league leaders. This is unbelievable. This is the early opportunity for a Welby. Not very good defending there by Liverpool, and what a good save that was from Alisson to keep the score sheet at blank. What a save. 10 minutes to half time. Certainly in Everton's first half for sure in terms of chances created. That's a deep corner this time from James Rodriguez. Comes to the youngster, come up from the academy, Tom Davis. And here's Aaron! Blocked away by Virgil van Dijk. But I tell you what, Everton are giving this a real good go, and that's credit to them. One ball forward towards Calvert-Lewin. James Rodriguez does well. Davis is there. And I tell you what, a free kick has been awarded, I think, is it to Everton? And what's happened here? Van Dijk going for it, and yeah, it's a foul by Robertson and Rodriguez. He tried to keep his balance, to be fair, but the referee deciding that was a free kick. Can Everton score from this free kick? James Rodriguez to send it in there, and it's a good one. And another magnificent save from point blank range by Alisson. Everton should be 3-0 up in this derby, there's no doubt about it. They've been their better team, and it's only Alisson's keeping that's keeping Everton from going ahead. Liverpool just not at the races this first half, but here's Alexander Arnold. This might be a chance now to punish them. It's Bobby Firmino. Oh, you wouldn't have. Oh, I can't believe he's missed that. He had practically half the goal to aim at, because the goalkeeper left his near post massively gaping here, and Bobby Firmino didn't take it. December 1999 under Walter Smith. You have to go back on the last Everton victory in a Merseyside derby here, and the might is going to go here. It's a chance here for Richarlison. It's got in off the post, and what a moment for Evertonians everywhere. Richarlison has scored a crucial goal, and right on the stroke of half time, and it's a first half they've totally dominated and have the lead they thoroughly deserve. Liverpool really have been nowhere. This is slack from their standards. Oh my goodness me. Good ball in there from the Corey. First of all to win it, and then to play the ball through. A defence splitting past And Richarlison, the brilliant Brazilian, lashed onto it, stayed onside, kept his head and smashed it into the net off the post. And Everton lead just before half-time. Well, they're getting tantalisingly closer to this elusive first win here at Anfield since December 1999, a 1-0 win that night. But there's still a long way to go yet, but they've been the better side. Liverpool really, I don't think I've seen him that bad since the 5-2 demolition they lost to Manchester United. They were a bit Jekyll and Hyde last week, both of them, but it's more Jekyll than Hyde today. As Rodriguez goes in there towards Calvert-Lewin, and everyone's all at sea here. The goalkeeper only gets half a glove on it, or half a fist on it. And Liverpool are at 6s and 7s at the back. It's not like them. Decore shoots and it deflects off Gomez, and thankfully for them, Alisson's able to take the ball. Alisson, poor punch, not a good header away by Wijnaldum. And Everton here, I tell you what, if he doesn't slip there, that could have been easily number 2. Liverpool getting off scot-free again. Richarlison, the goal scorer, 20 minutes away from writing himself into Everton history. Free kick to Everton. Allen's going to take it. Takes it short to away with. Back to Allen again. Good ball in there towards Calvert-Lewin. Alexander-Arnold, cool as you like, gets it away, but that's not very good defending there by Wijnaldum. And there's still a chance here for Everton. And Van Dijk this time gets it away to Mane. Well, it's turning out to be a very important game this now. Manchester United fans will be hoping that Everton can hang on here or maybe increase the lead. Decore is in there, and oh my goodness, the defence is at 6s and 7s, but the flag is up for offside, and Van Dijk and Gomez can think themselves lucky because this was absolutely abysmal. Got in each other's way, and they got away with it scot-free. Salah. Liverpool just haven't functioned for 80 minutes today. They've been poor by their standards. Last time I saw them at Anfield, they had no trouble in brushing aside Arsenal in the FA Cup. But today, on Merseyside, the bragging rights could be going to the blue half of the Merseyside, and that hasn't happened for quite some time. Here's the cross in there towards Salah. Oh, it's just wide, and that was the moment that Liverpool fans were hoping for. Well, it could have easily been the equaliser, and Everton, hearts will have been in mouth, not just at Goodison Park, but at Old Trafford as well. 6 minutes to go. Everton somehow still leading, but it's a lead that they've merited on the balance of play. And here's James Rodriguez, who's been sensational. So too is Calvert-Lewin, and here he goes again. And he's fouled his man, and Wijnaldum, who's not having the best of days, has fouled his man. It's a free kick. Everton have a chance to settle this once and for all. Remember, 1999, 22 years ago since they won a league match at Anfield. They're about 5 minutes away from ending that barren sequence. And what a moment it could be for all Evertonians out there. But Liverpool are still battlers. They haven't been at their best today. It's been one of their worst performances of the season. And what a time to do it as Sticky Mouse comes on for Robertson. Here's Rodriguez with a free kick. Oh, it's a brilliant save from Alisson. And I tell you what, if it wasn't for Alisson, Everton would have been out of sight by now. They could have been at least 4 up. And I'm making no exaggeration of the truth there. 1 minute remains. Can Liverpool save the day? Firmino beyond Salah. Milner's in there, the substitute. Can't reach it. And here's Calvert-Lewin to the brilliant Richarlison. We're into stoppage time here at Anfield in this 236th derby. Everton's so close to winning it now. And they haven't done it for quite some time. 1999, the last time they won a Merseyside derby. Are they going to avenge that 4-3 defeat from earlier on in the season? It's been a cracking derby, just a 1 goal in it, but it's been a cracker. We've had a minute over the time. Is there one last chance? No. Godfrey gets back there. Good defending there. And I tell you what, Everton's back 3 have had not too much to do, but when they've had to do it, they've done well. And the whistle has gone! And delight for all Evertonians everywhere! Their first win at Anfield since 1999! Richarlison's goal after 44 minutes! And Liverpool's title defence is in tatters at the moment. The pressure's back on them now if Manchester United win. and you can hear the cheers from here to Old Trafford and back. But it's Everton's day. Winners for the first time in 22 years at Anfield in a Merseyside derby. Winners today by a goal to 0.
Well, the first win since 1999 for Everton, and I'm sure they will party just like it. And if you don't know that reference, might be the wrong channel for you. A great result, you have to say, for Carlo Ancelotti's side, who indeed bossed the game and came away deserved winners in this humble presenter's opinion. Moving over to the other big game that was played today, Manchester City made the trip down into North London to play Arsenal at the Emirates. It was a game in which Arsenal stunned Manchester City when they played them at the Etihad. So City were out for revenge, and Pep Guardiola was out for revenge after the defeat last week. Your commentator for this one is Trevor Tilsley.
The last time these two sides met back in October, Arsenal ran away with a 4-1 victory, which stuns the entire Etihad and Pep Guardiola. Since then, these two sides have had very differing seasons. Arsenal are all the way down in 10th on 30 points, 18 points off of 4th place, which happens to be Manchester City. They themselves are 5 points off the top of the table, will be looking to improve their position with a bit of revenge here today. Now, in terms of the people who scored the goals last time out between these two sides, only one of them has survived from both sides. Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, the captain for Arsenal, leads the line for them and is the only goal scorer from that day still in either side. Smith Rowe continues his fine form in midfield. Pablo Mari, alongside David Luiz, is an improving partnership. As for City, as I said with the goal scorers, no Gabriel Jesus in the starting lineup as Sergio Aguero continues his fine form. Both sides are unchanged from their previous matches. Of course, City lost to North London rivals of Arsenal, Spurs. Arsenal, of course, beat Leeds 2-0. Here's Tierney, looking for a long ball over the top. Aubameyang won the header really well. Here's Saka. Aubameyang again. Gets into Smith Rowe from distance. Just wide of the mark. Smith Rowe. He's had a fine form, the youngster, coming from the academy. Came very close to opening the scoring here. It's been a very cagey opening 20 minutes or so. Both sides sort of feeling each other out. Still no real major chances to speak of. Here's Kevin De Bruyne. Can he carve something out here? Phil Foden. Looking for Mahrez. Shot deflected. Ooh! Fantastic save from Leno. It looked like it was creeping in at the post. Let's have a look. Mahrez, of course, the goal scorer for City against Spurs last time out. I'll tell you what, that big deflection. Leno's done really well there. That was curling in. Sterling with the throw. Both sides really have struggled to make inroads so far. Here's Gundogan and Sterling. Hector Bellerin chasing him down. And Bellerin has won the ball, but he's only cleared it as far as Benjamin Mendy. It's going to come straight back down this left-hand side. Gundogan over in the overlap. Here he is. Looking to cross it in, but Bellerin has done really well to get something on that. It's out for a corner. City carve out a chance here. De Bruyne whips it in, headed away by Pablo Mari, and headed away further still by Nicolas Pepe. Well, I've got to be honest, that first half was a bit of a duck's egg. Hopefully the second half will be a lot better. Here's Raheem Sterling looking for Aguero. Can he turn? He can't quite. The ball's headed out towards Mahrez. He tries to cross it in, but it's blocked and has gone out for a corner. Smith Rowe has made way for Partey as Arteta is wasting no time in making substitutes. Bernardo Silva's on for Foden for Pep Guardiola as the ball's whipped in towards Gundogan. Headed away though. Mendy's picked up the pieces. Will he cross? He does cross first time. Headed away. Again as far as Gundogan. Tries again. Blocked again. As Arsenal stand firm. Aubameyang can't get the ball away, and Gundogan again picking up the pieces, trying to get the ball forward. This is Sterling. De Bruyne from distance. Straight at Bert Leno. Easy save for him. And again, bringing the ball forward again. De Bruyne. Silva, the substitute. Kyle Walker. I'm sure he'll get a positive reception here, being a former Spurs player. There's De Bruyne looking for Aguero. Can he turn? He has turned. David Luiz. Shot blocked though. Pablo Mari bailing out his centre-back partner. It's really dangerous when you allow Aguero to turn, but it's great defending by Murray. There's Granit Xhaka. Switching it to Bellerin. It's a great ball. Now Dani Ceballos. Pepe. Bellerin. This is better from Arsenal. Bellerin being forced to go backwards though. Back to Ceballos. Now Granit Xhaka. Looking for Partey. Now Saka. Tierney finds himself in the box. Yes, to Aubameyang. Great block. I think it was John Stones with the block in the end there. This time it's Manchester City's turn to stand firm in defence. Also looking to build from the back. Here's David Luiz. Pablo Mari now. Willian has come on from the bench. On ball forward looking for Pepe. Benjamin Mendy's going to pick it up though. Forced to play across his own goal there to John Stones. Kyle Walker. Bring the ball over the halfway line to Riyad Mahrez. Back to Walker. Long ball forward from Walker. Acrobatic clearance from David Luiz, and the ref has deemed that a high foot, it seems. A bit harsh, you've got to say. Was it necessary to acrobatically do this, or could he have just headed it? It's a bit of a harsh call if you ask me. Certainly wouldn't call it a foul. And well, now Manchester City have a great opportunity here. Kevin De Bruyne in shooting range. Can he carve out the first major chance here? It's Kevin De Bruyne over the wall. It's in the back of the net. Well, Arteta is absolutely fuming on the touchline. Fourth official is feeling his rage, but Kevin De Bruyne, he won't complain about how the free kick was given. He certainly won't complain about how it was taken either. As once again, the set-piece specialist, Kevin De Bruyne, and captain today, has gone and put his side 1-0 up. And with 20 minutes to go, we finally have our first goal of this fixture. Wasn't a very fast-moving free kick, I must say. I'm not sure if it took a deflection off the wall, but either way, it deceived Leno. And Manchester City find themselves 1-0 up. Questions about whether it was a free kick, but either way, there is no question about the scoreline now. It's 1-0 to Manchester City with 20 minutes to go. Can Arsenal respond is the question. Here's Tierney. Pablo Mari. Thomas Partey now in the centre circle, looking for a long ball over the top for Emre Aubameyang. He's managed to get it to Willian. Ball's come back. Now it's Aubameyang again on the edge of the box. Aubameyang with the shot. Great save, Ederson. It's almost an immediate response as Arsenal's quick play really catching everyone out, almost including me. And look at this, Aubameyang. Great effort. It's a great save from Ederson though. The game certainly comes to life now. Xhaka. Willian. Thomas Partey. Dinking it forward towards Nicolas Pepe. He's headed it on towards Aubameyang, but Ruben Diaz has picked it up. Benjamin Mendy now. Kevin De Bruyne. Switching the play almost to Bernardo Silva. Now Kyle Walker on this right hand side. Over the halfway line to Riyad Mahrez. Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez just exchanging passes, not once but twice. Here's Gundogan now. Looking for Aguero, looks to turn, turns David Luiz. It's a great effort and it's a great save from Bert Leno. Well, he's already done it once this game in terms of turning David Luiz. You would have thought he would have learnt his lesson. This time he turns him inside out. Good curling effort. Not sure if that was going in, but Bert Leno wasn't sure either. Well, 2 minutes to go. Arsenal need something and they need it quickly. Here's Willian, Aubameyang. Willian again, Aubameyang just exchanging passes. There's Tierney. Trying to get past Carl Walker, but he's been a brick wall today, Carl Walker. Ball goes back to Gundogan. Now Ruben Diaz. City just with the game management, running the clock down. It's been a very cagey, bogged down game this. I think they'll be happy to come away with 1-0 after the way the game's gone. Here's David Luiz. Arsenal need to get the ball forward quickly, and they can't. Leno. Pablo Mari. Time's running out for Arsenal. Playing it around at the back isn't going to win them any favours with the crowd either. Long ball forward, looking for Aubameyang. He's won the header. Pepe, Aubameyang. Can they carve out one more chance, Arsenal? No, it's been cut out. And there we go. The full-time whistle goes. And Manchester City, in what was a dogged performance here at the Emirates, they get revenge for the loss at the Etihad and come away with all 3 points today in a game which was separated really by one moment of quality from Kevin De Bruyne from a questionable free kick decision. That can be discussed between you all after the game. But it's finished here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Manchester City 1.
So a good result for Manchester City allows them to keep pace with the Championship. Of course, the league leaders Manchester United, they were playing Newcastle. Well, to give you all the goals from that game and all the goals in all the other games, brought to you as always by Trevor Sinstadt. Manchester United knew after the results between Liverpool and Everton that they could stretch their lead to 4 points in the Premier League, and they did just that. Marcus Rashford getting the end of a Mason Greenwood cross, who would be the man of the match, and Marcus Rashford would get Manchester United off to the perfect start. Some of the football United played was of the highest quality in the end. After an excellent interchange of passes, Bruno Fernandes turned provider, Mason Greenwood showed us a sublime bit of skill to turn the defender and was able to finish firmly and powerfully past Carl Darlow. So a fine game for Mason Greenwood. He would finish with the man of the match performance and really shone out for Manchester United. United were able to make it 3 after a cross by Aaron Wan-Bissaka picked up Mason Greenwood. His thunderous header was too good for Carl Darlow. 3-0 Manchester United. With the challenging coming from the rest of the Premier League, United looked this could be the first opportunity since Sir Alex Ferguson left to really take advantage. And their fourth goal was very Sir Alex Ferguson-esque, in the way in which the counter-attack was led by Paul Pogba, who put in a fantastic run, played Anthony Martial through. His finish was sublime. A lovely curling effort that chipped right over the Newcastle United goalkeeper, leaving him absolutely no chance in the slightest. Manchester United were 4 up. And Anthony Martial would go ahead and get himself a second goal. A Paul Pogba free kick struck the wall, McTominay's volley floated into the box, and there was Anthony Martial to come on as a late substitute and bag 2 goals. A bit like his manager, to be honest. In today's outing, there was nothing Newcastle United to do. Manchester United was simply sublime. And 5-0 winners and 4 points clear. Leicester City are the second best team for form in the Premier League this season behind Everton, and it showed with Jamie Vardy continuing to take every chance that he gets. A half effort was able to go past Martinez, and Aston Villa were behind to Jamie Vardy. Leicester City did play some good football, but so did Aston Villa. Matt Cash's excellent little run able to take him past James Justin into the box on his left foot, which is unfavoured. His curling effort was just wide of the post. Aston Villa, though, were able to get themselves back into the game. A punch out by Kasper Schmeichel wasn't the best. Barclays' effort, it ended up deflecting off Ollie Watkins and going past Kasper Schmeichel. But there was to be an equaliser for Aston Villa, and it was the unlikely sword of Des Luiz. Found himself on the end of the ball, was able to get his finish past Schmeichel and bring Aston Villa level. And then proceeded a period of constant pressure by Leicester City, who pressed and pressed and pressed and eventually were rewarded for their pressure. Jamie Vardy turned provider, Dennis Pratt able to provide the finish. It trickled over the line, but in this situation it doesn't matter how it goes in, it's just that it goes in. Leicester City have dropped 2 points in their past 5 games and win here again, very much in charge and looking for European football, particularly the Champions League variety. Brighton Hove Albion played local rivals Crystal Palace. It's the battle of the M23, and here today it was Brighton that got the better of it and got a much deserved win for them. Aaron Connolly played through and his cool finish beating Vincent Gator and giving the Seagulls the lead. The challenge was set here for the Seagulls. They needed to get some more points under the belt, as said by the manager. For Crystal Palace and Roy Hodgson, they looked to try to recover from what's been a poor start. Brighton's football was quite brilliant in the end for their second goal. Trossard providing the finish and real penetration up front for Brighton allowed the Seagulls to go 2 up against the Eagles. With the close proximity between both sides, Eze had the best opportunity for them, which was a free kick which was well saved by Jordan Steele, who ended up having a fine game. Kelly here heading over from a corner, and as the chances continued to rain down on the goal, it was eventually a penalty save that would decide the key moment in the contest. Jordan Iyer rightfully brought down, Andres Townsend up to take the spot kick, still showing he's got nerves of his surname, and made the save. But it was a nervous finish in the end. A poor bit of clearance allowed Mitzi Bashwai through for Crystal Palace. He jinked and jived his way into the box. He found Wilfred Zaha, whose finish was emphatic. But what do you expect from 2 yards out? Well, it wasn't enough to settle the game. Brighton Hove Albion held on to win by 2 goals to win against their local rivals. A big result for them, and it had put all the pressure on their relegation rivals. 2 relegation rivals in a big 6-pointer, Burnley versus West Bromwich Albion, and it was a first half that got off to an absolute flyer. Some sublime football by Burnley allowed Chris Woods to roll the ball home in a finish that would be more suited to that of the Camp Nou or that at Turf Moor, but it was still a fantastic bit of football. But it didn't last long. Dianiga eventually found himself through for West Bromwich Albion. His left-footed effort managed to beat everybody and Nick Pope from his near post and bring West Bromwich Albion level. A great goal indeed. But that wasn't enough to this first half that was getting off to a cracking start. Chris Wood played a ball out to Goodmanson, who found himself through tight on the angle, but look about that for a finish. While you may have to sit there and criticise the goalkeeper's poor positioning, Goodmanson's finish here was just completely outstanding. But that wasn't the end to it. West Bromwich Albion were able to draw themselves level when Robertson found himself in the area and headed home from inside the 6-yard box. And after about 30 minutes played, we were level at 2 apiece. There were chances as the game wore on, but in the end both sides seemed to run out of steam. Chances were made. Dale Stevens' effort was palmed away in the end off the feet of the goalkeeper for West Bromwich Albion. And West Brom continued to make chances themselves when Robertson found Matthias Pereira, who missed just by a cat's whisker. And in the end the game finished 2 apiece after a final flurry by Barnes had the goal at his mercy and dragged his shot wide. That was it. The game finished 2 apiece and didn't really help either side in this relegation dogfight. So Fulham knew they had to make up ground after Brighton winning, and they played Sheffield United, who's the least informed team in the country. Well, Fulham were able to put in a performance that they hadn't done in a while and were denied in the end by a couple of good saves by Aaron Ramsdale, but eventually Fulham were able to get the goal that settled the game, even though it was a brilliant opening spell by the goalkeeper. It came in the 28th minute. Kearney played through Ivan Cavallero again. His finish was just perfectly placed into the corner and gave Fulham the lead. As the game wore on, the quality seemed to die out as both sides battled through, and it turns out it was the best chance of the match. As a result, Fulham winners, 3 points for them, yet another defeat for Sheffield United, who have really struggled since October. For Fulham, they keep ground with Brighton, and the relegation battle's heating up. Southampton and Chelsea, a bit of a local rivalry, as a common theme at the moment of this weekend in Match of the Day. And it was Mason Mount that nearly got the opening goal for Chelsea on an afternoon in which their finishing completely missed them on the Saturday morning sunshine. With a hint of spring in the step was shown by Che Adams, who was able to march all the way through and finish coolly. Questions may be asked of the Chelsea goalkeeper, perhaps he should have done better, for Adams' sheer delight on that finish. As Chelsea continued to put on the pressure, they just continued to waste chance after chance, Jorginho heading over from a corner. And it was Chelsea's poor finishing that was a signal of the day. Ball across in the end met by Kovac off the post. And again, Southampton survived. And the let-offs continue for Southampton. Hackam Ziyech's header striking the woodwork, and on the rebound Southampton was sloppy, but Ziyech wasn't able to squeeze the ball in from a tight angle. There was to be one final chance in the end for Chelsea, and it fell to the head of Olivier Giroud, but this time he couldn't get his header on target and it flied over the bar. And that was enough for Southampton to come away with a famous 1-0 win. What that pressure that does for them in releasing their relegation worries. Fulham and Leeds United played away an interesting draw in the end at Molineux. It was Wolves that got the opening and got the best of it. Denied here, Meslier, an excellent shot by Raul Jimenez. And the chances continue for Wolves, who played some great stuff in the second half. Pedro Neto's effort was really well saved in the air for Meslier again. But with 9 minutes to go, it was Wolverhampton Wanderers that got the opening goal. Opponents played in Jimenez, a great finish, although you'd have to question Liam Cooper's defending, and it was the men from the Black Country that had the lead. Now, you'd think that was it with 9 minutes to go, that Wolverhampton Wanderers could shut up shop. But Leeds United found a couple of chances. Bamford's effort here was saved, and in the downs of stoppage time, Bamford thought he might have just wasted it. But from the resulting corner, in came Rodrigo, there went the Wolverhampton Wanderers league, and Leeds United with the equaliser. Molineux stunned, but 1-0 was probably a fair result with Leeds United's comeback. It'll be a result which really doesn't help either side in the middle of the table. West Ham United and Tottenham Hotspur was unashamedly the worst game of the Premier League. There really wasn't a lot to write home about, although it really was West Ham at the best of it. Souček's left-footed strike just going past the post of Hugo Lloris. And the other best chance other fell to Yarmolenko from a corner, but that was it. Neither goalkeeper forced to make a meaningful save. This one finished 0-0. Definitely a London derby to forget about. So here are all the results from Matchday 25 in the Premier League. Surprising results, it has to be said. Both Arsenal and of course Liverpool losing at home. Not many goals in it. Burnley, West Brom, the most exciting in terms of the 2-2 draw that took place. Definitely one for late goals. Manchester United's 5-0. Demolition of Newcastle puts it one of the better results of the season. Bottom half of the table's unchanged in the relegation points, but Sheffield United are starting to teeter ever closer as Brighton, Fulham and West Bromwich Albion all gain places. Burnley slipped back along with Crystal Palace, and realistically anyone from the bottom half of the table could be in a scrap for the relegation. Manchester United's lead is now 4 points ahead of Liverpool and Manchester City. Spurs remain just a point behind them in 4th place with 50 points, but Leicester City are catching them. Frank Lampard's Chelsea are falling back down into 6th place. Got to watch out for Everton that are catching them up ever so slowly. Arsenal just teeter into the top half of the table. Next for us on Match of the Day, Chelsea versus Manchester United, Leicester City versus Arsenal. That'll be next week here on Trevor Sports for a special Match of the Day. And just in case you were wondering, UEFA Champions League Sports Night is coming back to us here on Sports Night. We are going to bring you extended highlights of all the 3 British sides. Last 16 ties, Liverpool home to Borussia Dortmund. We've got Lazio hosting Chelsea in an early evening fixture, and Krasnodar will take on Manchester United. We'll also have all the other goals from the rest of the last 16 matches here on Trevor Sports. Just a little caveat, we are waiting for the Evo web patch to come out so the Bundesliga can return, so hopefully you will see us in early March. So in the end it was Everton that came out on top and Manchester City that came out on top against Arsenal. It was a blue day for both of those sides. From all of us, thank you very much for watching, and bye bye.